Hi, glad to see you on my channel. Please support the channel by giving likes, subscribing, and leaving comments. It's not hard for you and it motivates me to create new videos. Your support helps me to keep sharing my stories. Enjoy watching. My name is James and I'm going to tell you how everything came together one unforgettable day. I have been married to my wife, Emily, for 2 years now. Life is generally good and we don't have any particular complaints about each other. We get along well, we have a cozy home, and we enjoy spending time together. However, I must admit that I have a wandering eye and my lifestyle sometimes allows me to indulge myself. I have always tried to keep myself in check, but temptation can be hard to resist. One day Emily and I decided to visit her parents, Laura and Robert. It was a sunny day, and we thought it would be nice to spend some time with them. We were sitting in the cozy living room, drinking tea and retelling family stories. Suddenly Laura, my mother-in-law, suggested we go to the bathhouse. She mentioned that she had been warming her up all morning, and it would be a shame to waste the time. Robert immediately declined, saying he preferred to relax at home, but Emily took the suggestion with enthusiasm. She found the idea of relaxing in the bathhouse appealing. The three of us, Emily, Laura, and I, decided to go. Their bathhouse is an old, charming structure with lots of character. It's the kind of place where you can feel the history and warmth of past generations in the wooden walls. Although I didn't really want to, Emily insisted, saying we hadn't gone in a while. When we arrived, Emily couldn't take the intense heat for long. She said it was too much for her, and after a few minutes decided to go out. I stayed, not wanting to offend Laura after all her efforts in preparing the bathhouse. It was obvious that she had put a lot of labor into it, and I didn't want to seem ungrateful. As I sat there, the atmosphere grew more and more tense. The heat enveloped me like a blanket, and the air seemed heavy. Laura, petite but shapely, moved with a confidence I hadn't noticed before. She was wrapped only in a towel, and the combination of the heat and her presence made my mind move in a direction I wasn't prepared for. I began to notice things I hadn't paid attention to before, the way her hair stuck to her neck, the curve of her shoulders. It was disorienting and couldn't go unnoticed. After a few runs in the steam room, Laura mentioned that her back was hurting. She asked if I could help her by giving her a massage. Foolishly, I agreed, not fully realizing where this would lead. I moved closer, and as I began to massage her, she made a quiet sound of relief. My hands trembled as the atmosphere became increasingly tense. The situation quickly escalated when I asked her to roll over. One thing led to another, and before I knew it, exactly what you thought happened, my listeners. After a quick dip in the cold water to recover, we headed back to the house. The drive back seemed surreal, like I was caught in a dream I couldn't wake up from. Emily and Robert were sitting in the living room, watching TV and chatting about something mundane. I could barely meet their eyes. From that day on, a new and dangerous chapter began. Every chance I got, I was drawn to Laura. We met secretly, sometimes in the bathhouse, sometimes in the daytime, when no one was around. She surprised me with a passion I never expected. Emily began to notice that something was wrong. She asked why I'd been so eager to visit her parents lately, and I made excuses, trying to make myself look convincing. Laura, on the other hand, enjoyed the mystery. She teased me endlessly, telling me that I had awakened something wild in her. There was a confidence and maturity about her that was intoxicating in a way I hadn't experienced with Emily, despite her youth and beauty. With Laura, everything felt raw and electrifying, as if I had entered a forbidden world. One day we almost got caught. Emily came home from work earlier than usual and caught Laura and I in the kitchen, too close together. The look in her eyes made my heart sink, but thankfully she didn't seem to suspect anything. Things have been tense ever since. Emily and I aren't as close as we used to be. The warmth and connection we once had between us is now distant, replaced by unspoken tension. I can't shake Laura's influence. She's bold, knows what she wants, and her presence is impossible to ignore. She has become an unstoppable force in my life, and I am powerless to resist her. Even now, as I sit here telling this story, I am haunted by the choices I made and the path I took. It's a tangled web, and I'm not sure I'll ever find my way out of it.